We have at least two unescapable tendencies when it comes to social interactions. We can't help being judgmental, and we can't help trying to figure out what the other person is thinking.
Sometimes, it's hard to admit that the person you're with might not be the one for you. We get stuck in routines, comfortable with the idea of a future that's already laid out. But just because someone is familiar doesn't mean they're the right partner for the long haul. If you've been wondering whether this relationship is truly fulfilling or if you're just settling, it's time to listen to your gut. Your heart knows when something feels off. If you catch yourself daydreaming about life without him, that's a major sign something's wrong. We often ignore the subtle signs because we're afraid of change, but holding on to someone who isn't right for us can lead to more emotional pain in the long run. Pay attention to those moments of doubt. They might be trying to tell you something. The signs you can't ignore when you're in the thick of a relationship. It's easy to dismiss certain behaviors as just the way he is. But trust me, there are signs you absolutely cannot ignore. These red flags might start small, but they snowball into bigger issues that weigh down the relationship. For example, does he make you feel emotionally neglected, or do you constantly have to ask for attention? Maybe he's always putting his needs first, without considering yours. If these behaviors are happening regularly, they are signs that he's not the one for you. You deserve a partner who respects you, communicates clearly, and makes you feel valued. Do you feel like you're doing all the work in the relationship? Do you never get to do when you want to do when you're spending time with your partner? Does your partner take you for granted? A one-sided relationship is defined by an imbalance in the distribution of power. One person is investing more time and energy into the relationship, while their partner doesn't provide the same level of attention and care for their well-being. And when one person is putting in all the work for the relationship, they can feel unsatisfied and resentful that their partner is no longer their teammate. However, it's important to understand that an unbalanced relationship isn't always intentional. Emotional dependence is a factor that is deeply rooted in childhood, so it's difficult to overcome.
Good evening, everyone. Today, we'll be covering the latest in the Diddy Wears Prada saga. Did Cassie make the mistake of thinking she was something she was not? Did she think of herself as a girlfriend, when all along she was just an employee? Cassie Ventura, known as Cassie, was a significant figure in the relationship between Diddy and the music industry. They were first romantically linked in 2007, and Cassie has been a key witness in the ongoing legal proceedings against Diddy, detailing allegations of abuse and control in her testimony 245. Her involvement has been pivotal in the discussions surrounding the allegations against Diddy, highlighting the complexities of their relationship and the impact of their partnership on Cassie's life. However, was she only an employee? WHO thought she was a girlfriend?
That is a great question. If you look at through that lens, she does kind of sound like only an employee and her job was to be arm candy, punching bag, rug mule, ex-worker. It almost sounds like she was more intimate with these ex-workers than Diddy himself. To note, Diddy does state all the time that Kim Porter was the love of his life, and if we think about treatment, well, Kim too wore the notorious white nail polish. But I do believe that Diddy really loved Kim Porter, but then again, didn't Diddy purchase Kim's casket an entire month before her passing? I don't need that kind of love. Now, there lies the issue with this case. All a good psychologist needs to do is testify that Diddy psychologically torn Cassie down and that she is still in denial of what their relationship really was and what it wasn't.
You can feel it building, slowly but slimily. Really, that's a word. I checked. Sinister self-talk slithers in, and with it those unpleasant and oh so familiar emotions. It's the usual suspects who show up, like the seven dwarves, but meaner, useless, worthless, hopeless, clueless, shameful, guilty, and unlovable. The causes are varied: clinical depression, an overwhelming day at work, a remark from a loved one that triggers an unresolved issue, you name it. What is it? Don't believe everything you feel. Feelings are not facts. Just because I feel useless, hopeless, unlovable, and worthless doesn't mean I am. This might seem obvious, but emotions can be convincing, and evidence seems to abound to confirm said subjective experience. Recognize feelings for what they are. Feelings, not facts, not the truth, not edicts. Reflection on this realization creates essential distance and well-earned relief from the unyielding barrage of negativity that accompanies depression and anxiety.